Hello there guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome to another video. And this video is going to be Premier League predictions Matchday 35. And the season's about to come to an end. I mean, 3 games to go, until the season ends, and boy, it's gone quick. But time flies when you're having fun, or either when you're working, having fun, playing games, or just hanging out with your friends. So yeah, it does fly fast, but that's how life is. So yeah, 3 games to go. Although some teams have still got games like the likes of Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Burnley, that stuff. So yes, still got games in hand, but we'll be able to complete those games in hand by May. Either the 12th of May, the 20th, whatever it is. Like before the last day of the season, those games in hand will be featured before the last day of the season. So yeah, that's what's coming up next month. So yeah, it's not that far away anyway. So yeah, so that's it. So that is it. So for this information, so without further ado, let's move on into my predictions. But before then, if you are new, hit the subscribe button below, hit the bell notification so that you could be alert once I've uploaded my YouTube content. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the predictions. And also make sure you share this video to everybody so that they can give their predictions below, and we will see at the end of this weekend who got it right and who got the most points. I'm still trying to aim to be above 10 points, but so far still hasn't happened. So let's hope but from now to the end of the season I can achieve more than 8 points. So yeah, if I don't, then I tried and tried and tried, but that is it. So yeah, so make sure you guys do that in the below. So without further ado, here we go. Let's move on in my predictions for this weekend. So match day 35 kicks off at St James's Park between Newcastle United and Liverpool. And even though Liverpool fans are confident, going to St James's Park ain't going to be that easy because Newcastle last seven games at home have won 7 of them. Conceded a few goals but getting most wins. So yeah, this game this could be a draw. This could be like a 1-1 because Liverpool are good. Yeah, I cannot say they're not good. Their squad should be strong, should be better enough to beat Newcastle. But going to St James Park ain't gonna be that easy because Leicester went there, lost. Crystal Palace went there, lost. The Wolves went there, lost. Many other teams, like not against big teams, but like say mid-table teams, they've beaten them. Of course, let me see. Man United went there and drew. So going to St James Park ain't that easy. Since the Saudi bid is still the new owner for Newcastle United, and Eddie Howe is doing an amazing job. So yeah, going to Newcastle, St James Park ain't that easy. But uh, I'll excuse me. I'll be very surprised, yeah, if Newcastle get the win. In fact, yeah, I'll be very surprised because yeah, like I said, but even though it's a tough place to go, Liverpool should not be dropping points because if they do, Man City will, and when they face Leeds United, have to win and then they will be like 4 points ahead of them. So, or maybe 3 points behind them. So Liverpool cannot afford to drop points. So this game is going to be tough. I don't think either team will win it. So I'm going to go for 1-1. You know, my head is um even though many City fans want Newcastle to win, I don't think that's happening because yeah, New Liverpool are just too strong enough. They're really looking good on the Jurgen Klopp. So yeah, I mean, but for me, going to St James Park ain't that easy. So I believe Liverpool will drop points, and I'm not gonna go for a draw. Um, you know, so yeah, sorry Newcastle fans, if you want to see a win, I'm sorry that ain't happening because you're not facing like a Burnley or Everton or something like that. You're facing the one of the best teams in England, and that is Liverpool. So yeah, but I'm gonna go for a draw just in case. Aston Villa against Norwich City. Now this one is tricky, but Norwich City before the Newcastle game have been really good. They have been really good, but against Newcastle they were poor. They were poor at home, and that was Newcastle's first win at Carroll Road since like 2015. So yeah, Norwich City, they're going down. Whereas for Aston Villa, they really, really got to pick up the points at home because of the last couple of games at home, they haven't been great. he has been great under Steven Gerrard. So New Aston Villa have to get that win if they wanna go above the mid table and not and make sure that maybe like Newcastle or Crystal Palace or something like that don't go above them. So Aston Villa have to get that win, and I believe that they will. You know, I mean, it would be very surprising if Norwich City can go there and get the win, but I don't see that happening. Like, no matter what manager they bring in, no matter which new players that they sign, they just don't seem to do one in the league. They really, really don't do well in the league. And also, of course, let's say like in maybe like January or February, they're out of the relegation zone. But ever since then, they dropped back to 20th. So that's Norwich City for you. They just simply cannot fight for survival at the moment. They simply cannot. And for this game, 2-0 Aston Villa is my prediction because, yeah, I mean, Villa Park, yeah, may not be the best atmosphere, but it's still got good players and Steven Gerrard as their manager. So, yeah, Norwich City fans, sorry, but I'm gonna go for an Aston Villa win. You're going down and the same thing as Watford, So yeah, so that's what I've got to say on this. Southampton against Crystal Palace. Now, these two have the exact same, stats: 2 wins, 1 draw, and 2 losses. So yeah, both Southampton and Crystal Palace have been looking good over the last couple of games. Well, Crystal Palace have done better than Southampton this season. So yeah, this game, of course, Southampton drew against Brighton, and Crystal Palace drew against Leeds United at home. But I believe that maybe Crystal Palace could have won because they were far better than them in that game. I could be wrong, but it is what it is. So for this game, I'm gonna go for a draw on this one, 2-2, because like I said, both teams have the same stats: 2 wins, 1 draw, and 2 wins. Because one team is looking to win so that they can be above and one or the other. Like if Southampton win, they'll be above Crystal Palace, and if Crystal Palace win, they'll be above Southampton. If you know what I mean. So both teams are looking to win, but it's so hard to predict because Conor Gallagher against Broja, the two Chelsea loanies, are batting out to see who will come out great and spectacular in that game. So that's why it's so tough to predict. So that's why I'm going to go for 2-2 in that game. 2-2 between Southampton and Crystal Palace at St Mary's. Moving on into another relegation team, Watford against Burnley. I have to tell you guys, I haven't said this before, but big up to Burnley, because I would have thought that sacking Sean Dyche wasn't the right decision, and I believe they'll go down. And I know that Everton fans will be happy for that. But I have to tell you, I mean, they drew against West Ham, their first game under the new coach. They've beaten Southampton at home, and they beaten who else? Wolverhampton at home. So for the last 3 games, drawn ones and won two. So I have to tell you, Burnley are out of the relegation zone for the first time since October. And they're putting pressure on Everton because Everton got a game against Chelsea, but I'll get to that in just a minute. But Burnley, man, I'm surprised. It looks like they are going to if they keep on getting some wins, I can see them staying up, which I wouldn't expect since sacking Sean Dyche with 8 games to go wasn't the right decision. But you know what? But you know what? The new owner, I do apologize. I do apologize. It looks like you did the right thing at the right time, which I didn't expect. So well done to you. So yeah, I mean the last 3 games they're unbeaten under the new coach. I believe the game against West Ham they should have beaten them. That penalty is definitely cost them. It really did. But the last 2 games they got wins and they keeping clean sheets as well, which I also didn't expect as well. So yeah, big up to Burnley. For Watford, yeah, they just keep losing and losing and losing and losing. So there's nothing I can say other than a 2-0 Burnley win because if Burnley would have stayed in the relegation zone, I would have gone for maybe like a draw. But since Burnley are doing well and Watford ain't, 2-0 Burnley's my prediction. And if so, like I said before, if Burnley can keep this up, I believe they'll survive. Which I didn't expect. So yeah, big up to Burnley. For Watford, you're simply going to be back in the championship. Like, there's no point. There's no point. No matter how sack, no matter how they sack managers, they will still are going down. And I believe they'll sack their manager when the season is ended. So no matter what, they're still going down. They still cannot survive like Burnley did. They still cannot. So for Watford, nah, sorry. They're losing 2-0 to Burnley at home. Their home record is going to continue that poor one of form. So yeah, so that's it. It is what it is. So moving on into the next game at 3 p.m. kickoff, Wolves against Brighton. Now, this one is interesting. Like Wolves, for the last couple of games haven't been that great. I mean, I, I can't remember the last time they ever won a Premier League before. I can't remember. Like it's been a long time, so I have to say that Wolves have to pick up some points. They really, really do, because the more they keep dropping points here, the more they get lower and lower and lower, and they could be in serious trouble as well. Whereas for Brighton, they're still unbeaten. They drew against Norwich City, they beat Arsenal, they beat Brighton, and they drew against sorry, no, they beat um, Norwich City at home, Arsenal away, Tottenham away, and draw against Southampton at home. So yeah, they're still unbeaten. Brighton. For Wolves, they're still they just cannot seem to get a win. So even though I'm thinking that Wolves will get a win, I don't see that happening. So I'm gonna go for a 2-0 Bright to win, because, like I said, can Wolves bounce back? I don't think so. Like I said before, I can't remember the last time that Wolves won the game in the Premier League. I just can't remember. You guys let me know in the comments down below. But for me, I can't remember. I really can't remember. It could be a month ago or it could be 2 months ago. But someone let me know. But yeah, Wolves, they just I just don't see them getting 3 points against Brighton. I really don't. Like I said, Brighton have played really good and they're unbeaten the last 4 games after the international break. So yeah, so for me, 2 wins, 2 draws in the last 4 games is good. It's good. It's getting better. For Wolves, they just keep on losing. So yeah, 2-0 Brighton is my prediction. And if I do get this wrong, then I'm wrong. I cannot be sad and angry about it. It's my prediction. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, so 2-0 to Brighton is my prediction. Let's move on into Leeds United against Manchester City. Now, going to Ellen Road ain't that easy. It ain't that easy. But Leeds United, under the new manager, is looking really good. But Man City, they keep on winning and winning and winning. They destroyed Leeds United 4-0 at the Etihad, and looks like they're going to do the same thing at Ellen Road. But the problem is that Leeds United the last couple of games have been really good, the new manager. So this one could be interesting. Even though I'm thinking that it's going to be a draw, I just don't see that happening. Man City are too strong. They're really, really strong, and they want to win this game. If they want to make sure that Liverpool drop points, and I believe they will do that. So for me, even though I was thinking it's going to be a draw, unfortunately I'm going to go for a 3-1 Leeds United, Manchester City win. I feel like Leeds United will score, but Man City will put 3 past them. Man City are just too strong, and they're also doing well in the Champions League. Yes, they got knocked out of Liverpool, but they're still in the title race. They still do. Klopp is still the best Man City manager ever, and he's not leaving until like a few years' time. So yeah, so Leeds United will score, Man City will concede, but they'll get the win, a big win at Ellen Road. So yeah, so sorry, Leeds fans, Man City win is my prediction, 3-1. Now moving on into Sunday's games. Starting off with Everton against Chelsea, that will be featured live on Sky Sports. And oh boy, this one is tricky for me because I wanted to go for Chelsea. I wanted to go for Chelsea win, but over the last couple of games, like if you look in the last let's say like 6 games, you know, we be getting poor results away from home. Like Brentford we've lost, um Arsenal we've lost, who else? Arsenal, Brentford, and Real Madrid. That's 3 losses at home. Crystal Palace in the FA Cup won. West Ham won, and West Ham one, and who else? Southampton. So that's three. So that's three wins, three draws, and one loss. I mean, sorry, not one loss. Draw against Manchester United. So sorry, okay. So his last seven games, three wins, three draws, and one loss. I mean, sorry, three wins, one draw, and three loss. Like that is unacceptable. That is unacceptable. Over the last seven games against teams, yeah, like like except for the Real Madrid game, I would have lost Real Madrid, yeah, than to lose against Arsenal, Brentford, and that's it. I would have lost to only Real Madrid in all competitions because they're a really good team. They are better than us. But the way we've lost to Arsenal and Brentford and drawing against Manchester United is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And this game against Everton, we have a really, really poor record at Goodison Park. Really poor record. The last time we beat them was 3-0 in 2017, when we won a Premier League title season under Antonio Conte. That was the last time, last time that we've ever been Everton. So I don't know, man. Could this record at Goodison Park continue, which is not beating them? I hope not. I hope not. Whereas for Everton, they really, really got to pick up a win. If we do beat Everton, then I would celebrate that much because Frank Lampard will always be a legend, always be a legend. Even though Lampard tried his best, he's still failing. He's still failing as a manager, so that's unfortunate. But if Everton do win, I'll be disappointed, but I'll congratulate Lampard because sometimes he can outclass managers like he did against Arteta, who else? Pep Guardiola, maybe Liverpool as well. In the FA Cup, sometimes he can outclass big teams. So he could outclass Chelsea, and if he does, congratulations to him. For Chelsea, we've got to get a win because that draw against Man United means if Arsenal win against West Ham, they will be 3 points behind us with the same amount of matches. The same amount of matches. You know what I mean? So we have to get a win. Can we do it? I hope we can. So for this game, I, I'm hoping that it's going to be a 1-0 Chelsea win. I'm hoping, even though my head is telling me it's going to be an Everton win, my heart is telling me 1-0 to Chelsea, and I hope that happens because if we lose, then God help Chelsea. God help Chelsea if we're going to be in the Champions League next season. Because Tottenham, yes, one might be 8 points behind, but if they beat Leeds United, Leicester City, they're still in the top four ways. So we have to get a win in order to make sure we're secured for a place. Because if we're not finishing in the top four, then I'll be fuming. I'll be absolutely furious. So God help Chelsea if we don't make it to the top four. For this game, I'm gonna go with my heart and say 1-0 Chelsea. If my head gets it right again, then from now on I'll believe with my head and not my heart. So yeah, I mean it sounds weird, but it's true. It's true. So 1-0 Chelsea is my win is my prediction in that game. Moving on into the other game, Tottenham Hotspur against Leicester City. Now, Leicester City, I think the last game they drew to Everton, or did they get the win on last game? I can't remember, but yeah, Tottenham Hotspur. I say like since I feel like what was it, the Aston Villa win or something like that. Since that they haven't been really good, you know, and also in the last two games in the Premier League, they've had no shots on target. Tottenham, no shots on target in the last two games. Like that is unbelievable when I saw this stat because the front three of Kulusevski, Harry Kane, and Song is deadly. So with those deadly front three, no shots on target in the last two games, and no wins in the last three games as well in all competitions. Like this is not Tottenham. This is not Tottenham. Like if they would have beaten those two, they would definitely be in the top four above Arsenal. But they're starting to drop points and having no shots on target. Nah, no. But against Leicester City, they have to not only get a shot on target but win because they don't win. Their top four hopes could be soon over, and the North London derby, yeah, could be very important to them, on the 12th of May. So Tottenham Hotspur have to get a win and have to get a shot on target if they want to be back in the top four. For Leicester City, I believe their last game was against Wolverhampton in the Europa League and they drew that game. So yeah, they didn't win, but at least they didn't lose, So yeah, I mean, and also I remember in January, Steven Bergwijn, two late goals to make it 3-2 after going 2-1 down. That was unbelievable. And in that game, Tottenham Hotspur deserved to win the amount of chances. So I hope they do the same thing like they did in the King Power Stadium. And if they do, then they'll be like a couple of points behind Arsenal, if you know what I mean. So for this game, I'm gonna go for a 3-1 Leicester City win. I feel like Leicester City will bottle it against Tottenham at White Hart Lane, because it's not the best stadium, but the atmosphere is buzzing, and Tottenham fans will be wanting their team to win. They really, really do. So 3-1 to Tottenham Hotspur is my prediction. Then moving on into the big game of the weekend is West Ham United against Arsenal in the London derby at London Stadium. Now, this game, West Ham over the last couple of games have been that great. I mean, the last game at home in the Europa League, they've lost to Eintracht Frankfurt. I believe they're still in this, but Eintracht Frankfurt is a really good team. They've knocked out Barcelona at Camp Nou, so facing them ain't that easy. So yeah, I feel like West Ham are going to waste a couple of games. Players the likes of Jared Bowen, maybe Yarmolenko, who else? Antonio, and I forgot the Ukraine player, something like that. They're gonna waste these players before the second leg next Thursday. So yeah, for Arsenal, they've been in the last 5 games, they've lost 3 times and they only won two, and that was against two big teams, Chelsea away and Man United at home. So yeah, Arsenal in the last 2 games have been really, really good, and yeah, if Arsenal want to keep pressure on Tottenham, they have to win against West Ham United because London Stadium ain't that easy. It really ain't because when Man City faced them in the Carabao Cup, they got knocked out. When Chelsea faced them, we've lost 3-1. When Man United faced them, they were lucky to get that 2-1 win. So lucky. Who else? Liverpool. When they went there, they've lost 3-2. Tottenham, I think they've lost 2-0 something at the London Stadium, something like that. So yeah, going to West Ham, London Stadium ain't going to be that easy. But for Arsenal, they're starting to pick up points. And but if they actually bottled it this time, then boy, then God help Arsenal and God help Mikel Arteta if he wants to stay at this club. So for me, at the moment, I'm going to go for a 3-1 Arsenal win because like I said, the last 2 games they've been absolutely fantastic. Even though Chelsea gift Arsenal the goals and Man United will pour in that game. Yeah, West Ham. I don't know if they're gonna turn it around to beat Arsenal. I hope they do. I hope they do because I don't want Arsenal to catch Chelsea. So in my in my in my heart of hearts, I want West Ham to win, but my head's telling me 3-1 Arsenal. So unfortunately, I'm gonna go with my head and go for 3-1. But I want West Ham to win. I really, really do. I don't want Arsenal to catch up to Chelsea. I really don't. So yeah. So 3-1 to Arsenal is my prediction. And moving on into the last game, Monday Night Football is Manchester United against Brentford at Old Trafford. Now, this one, Man United will play against Chelsea. And I believe Chelsea should have won that game, like I said in the last video. But the reason why we're not getting 3 points is because our attacking is absolutely shocking. And I keep on saying this every single time. You don't take your chances, they will punish you. And big up to Ronaldo, like I said before. He scored his first goal against Chelsea in the Premier League. So that's his second goal against Chelsea in all competitions, So big up to Ronaldo. But in that game, Chelsea deserved to win. They were much better than Chelsea. They had more shots, more possession, more everything. But why do we always allow Reece James to play really well? Why is always him and Alonso and maybe the defenders as well? Why can't our front three do the same thing and do one in the final third? Like those front three, the likes of Mount, Kai Havertz were poor. I say Timo Werner was alright, but both Kai Havertz and Mount was poor. Like something needs to be fixed. Something really needs to be fixed. But yeah, but in that game, Man United were poor, and Brentford, like their last game, they should have beaten Tottenham because they've hit the post twice. One from Ivan Toney, I forgot who else hit the post twice, but yeah, Brentford was so unlucky not to beat them. So yeah, Man United they've got to worry because Brentford ever since they signed Ericsson they haven't lost. They haven't lost. So Ericsson is having that impact for Brentford, and yeah, he's looking really really good for Brentford ever since they signed him. You know. I mean, I'm not sure if he's going to leave this summer or go to a new club, but I think the Brentford fans wanted him to stay, and if he does stay, then next season I can see Brentford even going far better than that, if you know what I mean. So yeah, for this game at Old Trafford, I'm gonna go for a draw. 1-1. Even though I'm thinking that Brentford are going to get a win, Man United, like I said, can be good defensively, but can be good sometimes, but all the time they're just not good enough. They're really not good enough. So, I mean, I don't want to change the prediction, so I'm going to stick with 1-1. If Brentford do win, then if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. That's it. So yeah, Man United at Old Trafford, their record is not been that good against teams, against mid-table teams. Their record hasn't been that good. So yeah, so for this game, 1-1. If Brentford do win, then Man United are not gonna. Their Champions League team is over. They could potentially be in the Conference League or the Europa League. Ronaldo's gonna leave if that actually happens. So, but if Man United do win, then they still have a chance, but they cannot drop points. But the way they played this season, I don't see them getting the 3 points against Brentford. Honestly, I can't see that happening. So, yeah, 1-1 is going to be my prediction on Monday night football and on the back holiday Monday for that one. So, yeah, so that is it. That is the end of my prediction. So, let me go through it one more time. Newcastle against Liverpool, I'm going for 1-1. For Aston Villa against Norwich City, I'm going to go for 2-0 Norwich City, Aston Villa win. I've gone the next one I've gone for Southampton 2, Crystal Palace 2. I've gone for a Burnley win of 2-0 against Watford. I've gone for a Brighton win of 2-0 against Wolves. I also for Man City against Leeds, I've gone for 3-1 Manchester City win at Anfield Road on Saturday Night Football. For Everton against Chelsea, I'm going for Chelsea of a 1-0 win against Everton. Hopefully that happens, even though I'm thinking Everton will win. In my head. For Tottenham against Leicester City, I've gone for a Tottenham win of 3-1 at White Hart Lane. For West Ham against Arsenal, the London Derby, I've gone for Arsenal win of 3-1. And for Manchester United against Brentford at Old Trafford, I've gone for a draw, even though my head is telling me that Brentford might nick a win, probably like 2-1. So yeah, so that is it, guys. That is the end of my Premier prediction. So, what do you guys think in the comments down below? Do you agree or disagree? Would you and let me know in the comments down below what's your predictions? Would you go for a shock Brentford win, and would you also go for a shock Newcastle win against Liverpool? Let me know in the comments down below. So yeah, that is it. So that is all the Premier predictions on Matchday 35. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, tomorrow there's going to be a match preview for Everton against Chelsea, so make sure you tune into that one. Then on Sunday, there's going to be a live watch along and a match reaction for Everton against Chelsea, so make sure you also tune into that one. So yeah, so if you don't want to miss any of those, if you are new, first of all, hit the subscribe button below, then hit the bell notification so that you can be alerted once I've uploaded any of my YouTube content. Make sure you share this video to everybody so that they can give their opinions and predictions in the comments down below. And also like this video if you enjoyed these predictions. And yeah, that is it. So that is the end of this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Look after yourself, take care, and as always, update shows. See you guys for the match preview tomorrow. Take care.